Hi, my name is Hannah Mirza, and I'm a current second year student at the University of South Florida studying finance with a concentration in investment analysis. And today I will be going through my Tableau 2 project with you guys and kind of explaining what recommendations I would take based on the analysis I made, the filters I used to get to those analysis, and yeah, all of that. So let's get started. So to begin, the data to kind of give a background on what the data is, it basically was all these different kind of water sports, I guess you would call it, like canoes, kayaks, paddle boards, in different areas of the United States. The amount of sales in both 2019 and 2020. So based on that, when initially analyzing this huge amount of data, I organized, as you can see here, a chart based on sales of all of the different items. The items are down here and all the different departments in both 2019 and 2020 overall, and this is in all regions. So the reason I did this was to kind of have like an overview where I can see what had the most sales in what specific year, or what had the least sales. So I saw that there was more that had the least amount of sales, for example, down here, up here, a little bit over here. But this stood out to me a lot. The Ascend 12T in 2020, which is a kayak. So moving forward, I made a chart going into more detail, but instead I focused in year 2020, again with all the items and departments, but I wanted to see again, out of 2020, out of all of them in each region, which region had the most sales in kayaks again. So I saw that Ascend 12T, it had the most pivoting sales in the east. So going forward, I made a profit map specifically in the east. So over here you can see that I specified the region as east, and I did all sales because no matter if it was 2019 or 2020, you can see that New York had the most profit with kayaks. So because of this, I then was able to see which state produced the most amount of profit, and that's when I specified even more. And so then I did sales by items in New York specifically. So then you can see my original analysis was correct because it's the Ascend 12T, which indeed did have the most profit in New York. So as you can see, over here it's kayaks. It kind of gives you how much was sold, and the ones with the less color have a less profit, and as it gets darker it has the most. So like I said before, the Ascend 12T has the most. So going forward, I can move my head, that is when I made this dashboard. I can put myself. I made this dashboard where you can compare within the years how the sales in New York changed, and both in 2019 and in 2020, the Ascend 12T still carries the most sales. So although in 2019 it's kind of a little bit more even, they're both in the 4 million, the Ascend 12T still has the most. So you can see like this specifies in New York. You could change it, but this will always stay in New York. So I put this here so you can kind of change the year. And then that's when I kind of go over my story, and my story goes exactly over what I just explained to you guys, except I wrote it here so you can kind of get a quick glimpse of what I did and why. And yeah, so based on all of this, I would conclude that we should have more sales of Ascend 12T specifically in the East, more specific in New York. So yeah, thank you.